Okay, so I'm excited to share this information with you because I recently came across this, and I will tell you up front that I am not a total expert, but I've done some reading on this and wanted to share with you guys what I've learned. So basically, yeah, there is or can be more to just losing weight rather than just exercising more and eating less. They have done some studies, and science is now supporting that our gut health actually has control or can affect how many calories we take from the food we eat. And the ratio of the bacteria in our guts actually can determine how lean or obese we are, which just blew my mind when I first read this research. So the studies show that actually our gut health can have a direct reflection on our weight and our metabolisms. So here is kind of the science, and I am probably going to butcher saying these words, but basically, I'm going to call it the good bacteria, the Bacteroidetes to Firmicutes, which is the bad one. Those people who have the good bacteria or more of the good bacteria tend to be leaner. And those with the bad bacteria, and I won't attempt to say those again because I realize I just totally butchered those words, with the bad bacteria tend to be obese. They tend to have metabolic syndrome. They tend to have diabetes. They tend to have more inflammation. And so science has supported this through studies that basically the ratio of the gut bacteria that we have affects how our metabolisms and how we take calories from food. And so knowing this, obviously we want more of the good stuff. There's several things that we can do. One, eat a higher fiber diet. And the reason for that being that a higher fiber diet supports the growth of the good bacteria. And so that should not be a huge surprise to you that the more fiber, the better. But that's the first thing we can do is increase our fiber intake. Okay, the second thing, sorry, I've got a bad connection. The second thing we can do is reduce the amount of sugar and artificial sweeteners that we're taking. Again, probably not a huge shocker to you, but the bad bacteria feeds on that sugar and artificial sweeteners, those artificial sugar and artificial sweeteners. So the less we get, the less that bad bacteria grows. The third thing we can do is something called intermittent fasting. And it sounds a little scary to throw fasting in there, but I've talked a little bit about this before if you've caught it. Basically, all intermittent fasting is decreasing your feeding window and increasing the time that you give your digestive system to rest. So eating between an 8 and 10 hour window most days of the week, so about 5 days a week, and increasing, so if you're reducing your feeding window, then you're increasing your fasting window. And that's one thing we as Americans don't do, is we really don't give our digestive systems time to actually rest. And what can happen during that resting time is we actually give the good bacteria time to grow. And so we allow our systems to rest, to grow that good bacteria. Again, you're not eating any fewer calories during that. You're just decreasing the window that you're eating in. And I'll tell you, I started playing around with this last year, and just really, I was kind of freaked out by it at first, to be honest, but really tried intermittent fasting, and it's worked wonderfully for me. Most days I eat between a window of about 8 hours, like a 10 to 11 is when I usually eat my first meal, and then dinner is my last. And it's helped tremendously. It really puts all the calories in a shorter window, so I feel like I'm eating more, but I'm also giving my digestive system time to rest. So those three things are very important. Another really important thing that you can do is to take a good quality probiotic. And taking the right kind of probiotic, just not any probiotic, because there are tons out there. But you want to make sure that you're getting one that has the Bacillus indospores, and that has at least 1 billion CFU of those. And what that does is taking that healthy probiotic, a really good quality one, make sure that it's getting to your system. It's got a high survivability, so your body's not killing it off before it actually gets to your gut where it can do the work that it needs to do. So again, 1 billion CFU of the Bacillus indospores is what's recommended. I was really thrilled to find out that the probiotic, and I've written on this on my blog, but the probiotic that I've been taking, it's actually a drink mix, and I love it because it tastes fantastic. But I have this with a meal, and actually taking this one, I love the taste of it, but I was thrilled to find out that this is exactly what I need. And not only does it have 1 billion CFU of the Bacillus indospores, it actually has 5 billion, which was a nice surprise. And the other thing I absolutely love about this, and I would highly recommend if you're looking for a good quality probiotic, is, as I mentioned, the taste is great, but I've been giving it to my kids and they love it. So it's a nice treat for them. And here I'm getting probiotics. It's actually a probiotic and a prebiotic in them daily, which is really nice. So the good news of all of this is that you can actually reprogram your gut. So if your gut right now, you're not taking a probiotic and the ratio is toward the negative side, you actually can go get a good quality probiotic and follow these other things as far as eating a high fiber diet and reducing the sugar that you're eating, and then trying out some intermittent fasting. And those things together, the science has shown, can make some really positive changes in your gut health as well as affecting weight loss. So was really excited to share that with you, what you've learned. I would love to hear if you have any questions, and if I don't know the answer, I will get them for you. I've also written about this on my blog, and so I would love for you to check that out. MichelleHight, HIGHT.org. And you can hit my blog and you'll find my post there, as well as a link to the company, because I'm telling you, these are so good. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.